Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 93rd Annual Alumni Awards. Please welcome Ryan Christ, Assistant Vice Chancellor and Executive Director of the CU Boulder Alumni Association.
Well, hello, everybody. What a wonderful night we have in store for us tonight. I hope you all are enjoying the meal. We are going to go ahead and kick off the program and want to give a special welcome to all of you joining us online. We really appreciate it. This hybrid world allows us to spread our wings much further than Boulder. And I do have to say I'm happy I'm here in Boulder, though. So it's great to see everyone tonight. All right, welcome to the 93rd Annual. 93rd Annual, one of the longest traditions at the University of Colorado. Absolutely. It is such a pleasure to be here with all of you tonight, and we are going to start the program tonight sharing CU Boulder's Land Acknowledgement. This was adopted by the campus in August of this year. It was created as a result of discussions by the Inclusion, Diversity, and Excellence in Academics Council, which is also known as the IDEA Council, students, faculty, and staff from the Center for Native American and Indigenous Studies, also known as CNACE, Native American leaders, and countless other campus stakeholders and constituents. The University of Colorado Boulder, Colorado's flagship university, honors and recognizes the many contributions of Indigenous peoples in our state. CU Boulder acknowledges that it is located on the traditional territories and ancestral homelands of the Cheyenne, Arapaho, Ute, and many other Native American nations. Their forced removal from these territories has caused devastating and lasting impacts. While the University of Colorado Boulder can never undo or rectify the devastation wrought on Indigenous peoples, we commit to improving and enhancing engagement with Indigenous peoples and issues locally and globally. We will do this by recognizing and amplifying the voices of Indigenous CU Boulder students, faculty, and their work. Educating, conducting research, supporting student success, and integrating Indigenous knowledge. Consulting, engaging, and working collaboratively with tribal nations to enhance our ability to improve access and culturally sensitive support and to recruit, retain, and graduate Native American students in a climate that is inclusive and respectful. The Campus Land Acknowledgement recounts the complex history of the land we sit upon tonight. As we recognize our honorees and recall CU Boulder's founding tonight, it's important to remember the Native American communities with historic and ongoing ties to the Boulder region and the rest of Colorado. Recognizing, acknowledging, and honoring our history are important in our steps to continue to move the university forward. I'd like to take a look back on CU Boulder's journey as we set the stage for this heartfelt evening. The year was 1882, and the university had only been offering college classes for little more than 4 years. The campus consisted of a lone building on a windswept hill on the outskirts of the tiny town of Boulder in the newly formed state of Colorado. Pretty amazing to look at that picture and see where we are today. A small group of 6 people had just become the first members of a new lifelong academic family. They were the first members of the worldwide Forever Buffs community. That's right, long time ago. Now this community stands at over 300,000 strong. 300,000 that are our most steadfast and committed supporters, many of which are in this room here today. So thank you. Thank you on behalf of the Alumni Association. Thank you on behalf of the university. The support and advocacy of our alumni are critical in advancing the mission of CU Boulder and celebrating the work of this incredible place. The university has faced many challenges throughout our history, and in each crisis, the people of this institution brought innovation, leadership, collaboration, and compassion to help the university, its constituents, and the community not only persevere, but thrive. On September 19th, during the final months of World War I, the 1918 flu pandemic arrived here at CU Boulder. It was carried by new student Army Training Corps recruits. Still a young institution, CU Boulder acted quickly to expand the campus hospital by turning student military tents, as you can see here, fraternity houses, the Armory, and Woodbury Hall into spaces to care for the sick. With students already taking classes for the fall semester, the university implemented quarantine. Sounds kind of familiar, doesn't it? So what does that mean? Back in 1918, they actually shut down the university for a month to help stop the spread of the virus. As the United States entered World War II, after the Pearl Harbor bombing, the university quickly adapted to wartime programming ranging from flight instruction to communication schools. Under President Robert Stern's leadership came the birth of the Japanese language school. The program employed bilingual Americans of Japanese descent, most recruited from incarceration camps, like Camp Amachi in southern Colorado, to teach Navy officers Japanese language and culture and help the United States win the war. Fast forward to the tumultuous 1960s and 70s. Some of you might remember those times. It's the Vietnam War that ignited the campus with numerous anti-war, social justice, and campus policy protests. During this time, 6 Chicano activists were killed in 2 car bombings after protesting the treatment of Mexican-American students at CU. Today, we know them as Los Seis de Boulder. In early 2019, students at CU Boulder, along with community members and surviving family members, created a sculpture with portraits of each of the students and alumni who died. That was installed in front of temporary building number 1. And yes, it still has that name. In 2020, many of the same participants created a second sculpture for Los Seis, which will mark the site of the second bombing, and that should be installed sometime in the very near future. In recent years, we've faced and addressed many challenges. We've seen wildfires engulf our state. We've lost members of the Boulder community to gun violence. We've witnessed the world coming together to demand social justice and to continue the pursuit of our academic mission by providing a quality and affordable education. We've had to adopt how we teach and learn while providing a safe environment for students, faculty, and staff during a worldwide pandemic. Who would have thought? What is consistent through all these challenges is the tenacity of the people who make up the fabric of the institution. The CU community has come together to spark innovation, ignite new initiatives, and advance diversity, equity, and inclusion on campus, including a new Center for African and African American Studies and the adoption of the land acknowledgement I read earlier. CU alumni and other members of the CU community have laid the groundwork for these initiatives and continue to contribute to their involvement today. From the foundation that started more than, get this, 144 years ago in 1882, the Forever Buffs family has grown. It includes hundreds of thousands of people in every corner of Colorado, the United States, and the world. So tonight, we're here to honor those from our Forever Buffs community who have made significant contributions. Our awardees have risen to overcome the challenges in their life and persevered to make an impact on the world and for CU Boulder. The past few years have brought new improvements to how we deliver our events. We're streaming this event live to our virtual audience, which we're so excited to have here, and we're proud to offer this special tradition to our alumni, friends, and family who are not able to be here in person. Welcome. I hope you enjoy the show. Although how we deliver these special programs continues to evolve, our intent is still the same: to recognize and celebrate the incredible accomplishments and contributions of our alumni, faculty, and staff. Tonight, we honor 10 CU Boulder's most outstanding alumni, faculty, staff, philanthropists, and students. This year's honorees are examples of what our university does best. They represent the aspiration, the passion, the character, and the scholarship that can only be found at this incredible institution. Before we begin the ceremony, I do want to recognize our awards selection committee members for volunteering their time and talent on behalf of the Alumni Association and the university. Each year, we recruit people from across campus and beyond to participate in the awards selection process. If you served on the committee this year, would you please stand and be recognized? It's definitely inspiring to see the care and commitment each member dedicated to this endeavor. The nominees are incredible, and it's very difficult to pick the winners, so thank you for your service. I'd also like to recognize the Alumni Association's current and past board members who have worked tirelessly and strategically on behalf of the Alumni Association. We rely on our National Alumni Board to provide critical feedback and support for continuously improving our programs and extending our outreach initiatives. DB Wilson is the chair of our Board of Advisors. DB, would you stand for a minute and be recognized? Thank you for your service. It is a big commitment, and we sure appreciate it. We're also joined by Karen Rutstein. Karen, will you stand up for a minute? The chair of our Forever Gold Club. This is a movement for highly engaged alumni and friends to support and connect with the university, and I encourage each and every one of you to check it out. This year at Homecoming, we celebrate the 50-year reunion of the class of 1972. Do we have any 1972 grads here? Yeah, I see some hands. Welcome back to campus. I would encourage all of you, if you have an opportunity and you run into one of these graduates, to chat with them and ask what it was like when they were here in school. Do you remember it? What was your perspective? What did you experience while you were on campus? What was the atmosphere like? They have stories, and they can offer a glimpse into what it was like to be here in the early 70s. In addition, we do want to thank Liberty Mutual. Liberty Mutual is our homecoming weekend sponsor, and a special thanks to them because we can't do these things without our sponsors. And so we really appreciate it and encourage you to support our sponsors as well. We'd also like to thank our colleges and schools from the University of Colorado Boulder here on campus that are here tonight to support this incredible event. So now the real exciting part. I get to introduce you to somebody that you all know, especially if you live in Colorado. We're thrilled, once again, to welcome back 9 News anchor Kim Christensen. So Kim generously gives her time, and I say gives her time because this is one very, very busy person, year after year to help us. She actually records the voiceovers on the videos that you're going to see, and she's actually found a sub for tonight, which we really appreciate, Kim, to be here to actually help introduce all of our awards tonight. Kim serves as the lead anchor for Denver's 9 News broadcast station. She anchors the stations 4, 5, 9, and 10 newscasts, and has become a very familiar and friendly face to many of us here that live in the state of Colorado. 9 News has been her broadcast home for her entire career. Since graduation from where? CU Boulder. That's right, she's a forever buff. It gets better. Kim was a journalism student here, very fitting, but here's a part that you may not know. Kim was the twirler for the CU Buffs marching band. And she doesn't know this, but she's going to give a demonstration. No, I'm just kidding. So she is a very loyal fan. She attends football games when she can. She's a big Buff fan. She loves the Buffs. She also has influenced and affected countless graduates who have come through 9 News with internships and job opportunities. She also, as you will see in her work, she also researches and reports on some of the dynamic CU stories that you see on Channel 9. We have a lot of great news to share, and thanks to Kim, it gets out there. So without further ado, I want to turn it over to Kim Christensen, a true loyal Buff.
Thank you. Thank you, Ryan. Always brings up that twirling. I don't care. I still feel the chills when I see Ralphie run out. Still feel the chills. We all do. It was such a magical time. And Ryan, I just need to add one thing. I know a lot about you, and I love him and respect him so much and what he does for this university. It went next level last year on December 30th when I realized he was a volunteer firefighter and was involved in the Marshall Fire. Such a difficult, dark day and days for our community, but could not have done it without them. It could have been so much worse when we think about it. All that we lost, think of the number of lives we could have lost as well. So really, really, it's just incredible. We never thought it was going to happen here, as they always say, you know, and beautiful, wonderful Colorado and this part. I just driving here tonight from work, you know, the sky had cleared and you just come over the hill and you're thinking, Boulder. It is just this hidden gem in the whole country. Not really hidden. Most people know about it, sadly. But it is so perfect and so special, and you just don't find it anywhere else. So that's what we're here to do tonight. We're all celebrating this wonderful time that we spent here and some of the extraordinary people that have come through here and are still here, and then just passing it on to the next generations as we celebrate a fantastic homecoming weekend. It's going to be a great one. And we're going to illustrate how the power of tradition really continues to rise above. I personally am impacted year after year because I started doing this about 6 years ago when I had a son looking at colleges. And then I talked about, gosh, I hope he gets into CU. Then he got into CU, into the Leeds Business School, and now he's a senior. I can't believe it. Yeah, he's a senior. I'm going to be the blubbering idiot at graduation. He's just as sad about the whole experience. Shockingly, he's on the dean's list because he's having way more fun than I had when I was in college. Sometimes I'm like, really? I can't believe that. You get the notice. I'm like, I'm shocked. I don't know. Good time management is all I can say. Good time management. But he absolutely loves this place, and so many people have left such a huge footprint on his life and all of his friends and roommates and everyone else at this university. It's so incredible. I was up at Family Weekend a couple weeks ago. Couldn't have had a better day, right? And it was just perfect. You looked around, I mean, huge crowd in the stadium, and everyone was just living in that moment of what it was like to be back here. I think some of the mom and dads realized they can't hang with the kids, but that's okay. They had a good day the next day. I'm thinking recovering, perhaps, but I was all good. I went to work, so it was fine. So tonight we're going to read some of the stories of our award winners from this past month, and we hope that this inspires all of you. It will, I believe, many of you, of the accomplishments they've had. They truly embody what this university is about, and they serve as a reminder of the great potential CU Boulder holds at any given moment. This, as I said, is my 6th time here for the awards, and every year I'm blown away by the winners and what we hear about their stories. We'd like to begin to tell you just briefly a little bit about the Alumni Awards to begin with. It all starts with George Norland, you know, library? Yeah. Okay, who came to Boulder in 1899. As a CU professor, he taught Greek until 1917. When he became president throughout his 22-year career, President Norland developed a reputation as a rigorous defender of both academic excellence and human rights. To honor his legacy, the Alumni Association created the George Norland Award in 1930. And for nearly 100 years, the CU family has been celebrating the growing legions of extraordinary alumni who continue to uphold this passion for learning and for humanity. To this day, the Alumni Association has recognized around 200 outstanding alumni with the Norland Award to recognize these individuals and all of our award winners for their service, communities, and of course their devotion to bettering the world around them. In addition to the Norland Award, the association has 5 other prestigious awards this evening to honor members of our university community: the Forever Buffs Student Award, the Kalpala Chawla Outstanding Recent Graduate Award, the Leanne Scopoli Award, the Robert L. Stearns Award, and the Alumni Recognition Award. These individuals that we will honor tonight will be inspiring to all of you and the CU community. And they are really only a small representation of the many forever buffs among us who focus their research, their careers, and their service on the greater good. Before we begin the presentations, I'd like to welcome Boulder Campus Chancellor Philip DeStefano, who will present the awards tonight. Nobody knows CU Boulder better, like Chancellor DeStefano. During his tenure at the university, he has contributed his expertise and knowledge as an educator, dean, provost, and chancellor, and he's seen it all from a perspective as being a parent and a donor as well. Been a longtime leader on this campus and in the Boulder community, and through his leadership, he continues to make CU Boulder a nationally recognized research university that continues to shape tomorrow's leaders and has a positive impact on humanity as well. Please welcome Chancellor DeStefano.
So good evening, and thank you, Kim. We appreciate you joining us again this year and sharing your talents with us as you do every day with viewers across the Front Range. What a wonderful homecoming weekend. So I thank you all for returning to Boulder. Let's give a round of applause for that. This is definitely one of my favorite weekends throughout the year, welcoming our alumni back for homecoming. I want to begin by recognizing a few individuals who are here in the audience tonight, and I'll begin with my wife, Yvonne. Thank you for being here. Our Vice Chancellor for Advancement, Katie Kolarchuk, Katie K. Our Acting Vice Chancellor for Research and Innovation and Dean of Institutes, Massimo Ruzin. Massimo, thank you for being here. John Davis, Dean of our College of Music. And Glenn Kreutz, Dean of our College of Arts and Sciences. Thank you for... Kathy Schultz, our Dean of the School of Education. And 2 Regent Emeriti, Pete Steinhauer. Pete, thank you for being here. And Steve Bosley. Steve, thank you for being here. To our award winners, I'm honored to be in your presence tonight. Your accomplishments and your contributions to our university community are truly outstanding. And I'm so proud to call you alumni and friends of CU Boulder. The Alumni Awards ceremony is one of CU Boulder's longest standing traditions, as Ryan said. The first Alumni Award was presented in 1930 to Harry Alfred Curtis, a chemistry graduate who earned degrees here in 1908 and 1910. Almost 100 years later, we continue to recognize the importance of honoring alumni, faculty, staff, and volunteers for their contributions to our university and to the world. I'd like to take a moment to recognize our past winners, many of them who are here tonight, for their continuing legacy in shaping CU Boulder. Will all present and past award winners please stand or wave? So, this year's award recipients are making an impact in so many ways, from opening schools in Kenya to encouraging the next generation of jazz musicians to leading research projects in the Antarctica. They are building tech startups, leading massive volunteer efforts, and supporting the students, faculty, and staff of CU Boulder across careers spanning decades. Although their contributions span many fields, what all of tonight's awardees share is that they have sought ways to improve the lives of others, sharing their intellect, their dedication, and energy in support of all those around them. It's hard to imagine what CU Boulder might recognize another 20 or 30 years from now. There's a good chance those individuals will work in careers that don't even exist today, making contributions we can't picture at this time. But I'm confident, though, that they will have unique skills and opportunities that only a CU Boulder education can bring. And they will be able to draw inspiration from alumni, faculty, staff, and volunteers like we recognize here tonight. We'll hear from each of these award winners whose personal stories are as varied as they are inspiring. So thank you all for serving as role models and visionaries for each of us and for driving our university forward in unique ways. Congratulations to all of you. I can't wait to see what you do next. So Kim, I'm going to hand it back over to you.
Thank you, Chancellor. We are excited for you to learn a little bit more about our award winners tonight because they're really exceptional in so many ways. We're going to celebrate our 2022 award recipients. They are the folks that have refused to stand on the sidelines of life. They have demonstrated immense enthusiasm and devotion towards CU Boulder, and they know the thrill of high achievement both personally and professionally. We'll give out each award winner a medal this evening, and then they'll have a couple of moments to share some remarks with our audience tonight. So a warm welcome to all of those and acknowledgement to our virtual audience as well as you get the opportunity to hear from them. Thanks for joining us, and remember how awesome our Buff community is at all times. And now let's recognize our 2022 recipients. Our first award for the evening is the Forever Buff Student Award, which honors CU Boulder students who demonstrate their CU pride through extraordinary acts of service to the university. And our deserving recipient is Michael Bortnowski.
When Michael Bortnowski transferred to CU Boulder in 2019, he noticed a gap in the college experience for students like himself. He took it upon himself to make CU a more welcoming environment for transfer students, many of whom are students of color. As a representative within the Leeds School of Business, Bortnowski created and led a task force, the Reducing Student Inequities Committee, which lobbied for the passing of 2 higher education bills through the Colorado State Legislature, removing the admissions requirement of mandatory ACT and SAT test score submissions and prohibiting legacy preference for college admission. Both bills successfully became law. Bortnowski and his task force also conducted a study to understand the perceptions of community college transfer students. The report has been used by Leeds administrators and across campus to improve the CU transfer student experience. Bortnowski knows he will continue to coach and inspire others. He stated, "I believe I have long served this type of role without recognizing it until recently." For his many accomplishments, the university is proud to present Michael with the Forever Buff Student Award.
This thing is heavy, it must be real. So I actually wanted to start out this evening by thanking USC for not only rejecting my application once, but twice. Sometimes the best things that happen to us are the ones that we truly least expected them to be. Though I may not have as much wisdom and life experience as some of my fellow award winners here tonight, I'm sure you can tell from my haircut that I'm probably not the age of a typical graduate. I actually attended 3 different schools, with CU being the last. And 5 years ago, the path that led to here actually came from backcountry ski guiding. I realized through our organization and the transformational change it was undergoing, how much of an impact business can have in a positive way when used in the right direction. And that actually inspired me to go back to school. What I didn't realize is that all the things that didn't work out for me the first time, the second time around, would actually end up to the perfect place and the perfect school. And it's not just about the place. It truly is about the people here. I absolutely would not be standing here today if it wasn't for so many of the people that I met along the way, that I learned from along the way, both older and younger than me, and that I continue to learn from and be inspired by on a daily basis. It's really pretty something special. I'm a firm believer in making the most out of any situation that we're dealt. And, I think that with the help of everybody here, I was truly able to do that in a way that I didn't think was possible. A wise person once said that the secret to living is giving. And I wanted to thank everybody in this audience, in this incredibly powerful alumni community, and sitting at my table for giving so much to my life and truly leaving it more rich and better off. Thank you so much.
Michael, that's wonderful. The Trojans lost, the Buffaloes gain. Yes, that was fantastic. Good for you. And so often we think about those transfer students and how hard that is, I mean, universally we think of that first dorm experience and how you make that adjustment and the fantastic way that we welcome in with orientation. But thank you for thinking about those transfer students and making it easier, because we're so proud that you are going to graduate from the University of Colorado. Our second award for the evening is the Kalpana Chawla Outstanding Recent Graduate Award, which has been presented since 1982. It recognizes CU Boulder alumni who have made exceptional contributions to their field within 15 years of leaving CU. When you think about that, that's not long. It was renamed in 2004 to honor CU Boulder alum Kalpana Chawla, who had an impressive career as a scientist and an astronaut. Kalpana died on February 1st, 2003, when the space shuttle Columbia exploded upon re-entry into Earth's atmosphere. Several years before her death, she told one of our engineering staffers, "You will always be successful if you follow your passion." This award honors individuals who follow their dreams. And we have one special honoree this evening, Haley Leibson.
Less than 2% of venture capital funding assists female-founded companies. Haley Leibson is part of that 2% and looking to increase that figure for others. Leibson is co-founder and COO of Lunch Club, an AI-powered networking site. Lunch Club is expected to have more than 1 million active monthly users by the end of 2022. The startup has raised over $30 million from top-tier investors and is valued at over $100 million. A friend of Leibson explained, "Lunch Club has the potential to change the world, to democratize opportunity and completely reinvent how people connect." Today, Leibson also is a key investor and advisor in early-stage women and minority-funded companies. She's been invited to speak around the world, including at Stanford and Harvard universities, on topics ranging from startup building to diversity and inclusion. For her work, Leibson was named one of Entrepreneur's 15 entrepreneurs under 30 to watch out for, among other prestigious recognitions, and has been featured on such media outlets as the BBC and ABC and the Wall Street Journal. We all need perspectives and viewpoints represented as we build the future, Leibson said. For this and her promising future, CU Boulder is proud to present Haley with the Kalpana Chawla Recent Graduate Award.
We are sorry to say that Haley is not able to join us tonight, of all things, and maybe that's because she's got this little gig going on, just a small company. She is very disappointed. She did want to say that she is humbled and she's honored to have been presented this award, and she is excited to join us at future ceremonies, and we'll see Haley here again. And she said she wants to wish the very best and congratulate all of our other award winners. The Leanne Scupa Lee Award has been presented annually since 1984 to honor the most effective and passionate volunteers who serve the CU Boulder Alumni Association. It honors alumni who embody the Forever Buff spirit of connecting, contributing, and celebrating their CU pride through extraordinary service to the university. Leanne Scupa Lee was a beloved and energetic Alumni Association staffer who worked tirelessly with alumni volunteers. She died at a very young age, and this award was created to honor her and those who work hard on behalf of the university. So, congratulations to Vanessa Lopez, our 2022 Leanne Scupa Lee honoree.
Vanessa Lopez thrives on giving back to her community. A board member for the Forever Buffs Latinx Club and Forever Buffs Boulder chapter, Lopez consistently takes a leadership role in building connections and creating impact. For this year's Buffs Give Back National Volunteer event, Lopez was a project leader for 2 local chapters, coordinating shifts for volunteers at the Marshall Fire Donation Center. She also finds joy in building connections with students. A co-chair for the May 2022 Latinx graduation, she had a direct, positive impact on the experience of graduating Buffs. She also regularly volunteers for the Forever Buffs Scholarship Program, helping to provide students with transformative scholarship awards. In all, Lopez remains committed to giving back to her CU community. She said, while we all can't reach global or even national recognition for our contributions to society, we are all capable of making an important impact in someone's life. Congratulations, Vanessa. CU Boulder is honored to present you with the 2022 Leanne Scupa Lee Award.
Oh, that's okay.
Boy, you can give me a chance. Can you afford to board Chattanooga Choo-Choo? I got my fare and just a trifle to spare. You leave the Pennsylvania station about 3:45. Read a magazine and then you're in Baltimore.
Thank you all so much for coming out to support all of the award winners tonight. Thank you to the Alumni Association for hosting such a special event, and to Asia, who nominated me. I was on the review committee last year, so I know how incredible these nominees are, and I still can't believe that I was even in the running. I want to thank my parents for all their sacrifices and unconditional love. And thank you to Brady, my husband, for agreeing to get married out on Folsom Field. And for allowing me, and for supporting me in my passions. As a Boulder native, CU has always played an important role in my life. As a daughter of an immigrant, the university has been a symbol of the American dream and a goal for me to attain. As a student, CU surrounded me with so many incredible people, professors who sparked new passion for learning, classmates who amazed and inspired me with their intelligence and drive to create positive change. And of course, the ladies I met in the dorms who have been my friends for more than 19 years and counting. All of these people make me proud to be a Buff. When I graduated, I became the first person in my entire family to reach that milestone. Really was a dream come true and my greatest accomplishment to date. I decided to come back to CU during a time of healing for me. I had recently struggled with some severe mental health issues and almost ended my journey too early. I came back looking for a sense of community and purpose in my life. And 6 years later, I want to say that the Forever Bus family has been a vital part of my healing process and forever has changed my life for the better. Thank you. You helped me realize my value and reminded me that I do matter. I can make a difference, even when all I have to offer is my time. So thank you to my Latinx alumni family, Michelle, Danielle, and Diego, for welcoming me with open arms. To my Boulder chapter friends who are the most Buff, excited people I have ever known. And to all of the other amazing Buffs that I have met along the way. You really make my life so much better. Thank you.
Congratulations, Vanessa, so well deserved. And congratulations for speaking your truth and sharing your stories. So many of us have had those times in our lives, and we need to talk about it, right? We need to share it. Thank you. Thank you for talking about that. And your husband is quite the dude to do that on Folsom Field. Those wedding pictures are epic. Spread them to everyone. Get all the new students. We want to come in, right? Good recruiting, saying this is the place to be. They're great pictures. The next award being presented this evening is the Robert L. Stearns Award, the highest alumni association recognition for members of the CU Boulder faculty and the staff. It was created in 1953, the year CU Boulder alumnus Bob Stearns retired as CU's 6th president. The Robert L. Stearns Award honors exceptional achievement or service in any one, but usually a combination of the following areas: outstanding teaching, extraordinary service to the university, exemplary work with students, significant research, and off-campus service to the community. We have 2 honorees this evening. Our first honoree really needs no introduction to so many that are in the audience. She has left a lasting impact on the CU Boulder community. Congratulations to Deb Kaufman.
Deb Kaufman epitomizes the traits of a great leader: visionary, inspiring, and full of joy for her work. Kaufman, who retired from the university in 2021, held a career in higher education for 39 years, including 19 years at CU Boulder. She served the university in many capacities, including as Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs and as Boulder campus's inaugural Vice Chancellor for Advancement. In addition to record-breaking fundraising years, Kaufman spearheaded the creation of new teams in advancement and led a strategic planning process that continues to provide a foundation for alumni engagement and fundraising today. Coffin's legacy is evident not only in the tangible impact she's had on the CU Boulder campus, but in the committees of people whose lives she's touched. As Coffin's nominating committee said, the care, joy, love, and dedication she brought to her role as Vice Chancellor for Advancement elevated the work of us all. On behalf of the University of Colorado Boulder, we are honored to present Deb with the Robert L. Stearns Award.
Boy, I never thought this was going to happen. I've been out in the audience celebrating people during my career, and I am just so honored to be up here today. Thank you. I want to thank Angela for leading the nomination, the whole advancement team for signing on, and the board for this recognition. I also want to thank the Chancellor for being an amazing leader and seeing something in me that I didn't think I had, which is to lead an advancement organization. But I still will remember the look on your face and the giggle when I sat there with my mouth hanging open when you offered me this job. I've been inspired to work with so many of you in this room, dedicated alums, donors, community members, and you've been not only so supportive, but you've been my mentors. And I wish I could name every single one of you, but I can't. But you have impacted my life in amazing ways. I've also had amazing staff throughout my career, but advancement, you were my dream team. There's been none better. You welcomed me in, an unknown leader, going, what? Who the heck is this lady coming in to lead our organization? And we linked arms and we worked hard together, and we put, I think, the advancement organization on a good foot. I wish I could take 2 minutes to thank every single one of you individually, but I can't. I just love you. I miss you, but I don't miss the stress, as I've told you all. Most importantly, I want to thank my precious family here tonight. My husband, Randy, has sacrificed so much. He's been the primary parent. He's been my cheerleader. He's been the one who kind of threw me back in the arena when I was ready to give up sometimes. I love you, honey. Thank you so much. And to my... And somehow I got 2 amazing kids who have been just a joy to raise and watch them grow. Stephen, I'm so proud of you and everything you've accomplished. And Jen, you as well. You inspire me every single day. Both of you do. And to my wonderful little grandkids that are here tonight, I'm so full of joy, Emmett and Reese, that you're here. And I wish Kira could be here, but she's a teacher. And she's working really hard, and we want to support her right now. Yep. And I know she would like to be here. And James, thank you for coming all the way from Texas to celebrate with me tonight. In closing, I know I'm over time, sorry. I have to say a few words about my mom and dad. They're not here. They left us a long time ago. They were 2 dedicated veterans. We were a military family, and they modeled to me what it means to serve. But the biggest lesson they taught me is my time is to focus on the people that I've been blessed to lead. And I know I wasn't perfect, you guys know that, but I hope I delivered on their values. Thank you, CU. I am just beyond touched. Thank you so much.
Deb, that was beautiful. Thank you. Love how the mentor, we think of people being a mentor. Mentors need mentors, right? That's what you mentioned. And her team, working as a team and celebrating what your parents did for you. And I'm looking at your grandson the whole time, who could not be more proud. So that's going on. That's passing it on. Keep going. Keep it going for the next generation and beyond. Our second honoree this evening is an impactful educator. His name is Michael Gusev.
In 2015, CU Boulder recruited Michael Gusev to lead the McMurdo Dry Valley's long-term ecological research project, a $6 million project supported by the National Science Foundation to understand the effects of climate change on the Antarctic ecosystem. He has since advanced his field, which often involves unexplored regions of the world in ways that will remain relevant for years. Peers acclaim his unique teaching style, enthusiasm, and student engagement. In addition to teaching 5 courses at CU, Gusev has advised over 40 graduate and postdoctoral students. Gusev has served as the co-director of the CU Hydrologic Science Graduate Program since 2015 and has chaired or taken on leadership roles in several committees within CU's Department of Civil, Environmental, and Architectural Engineering and the Institute of Arctic and Alpine Research. As a researcher delving into how a changing climate affects ecosystems, Dr. Gusev has published over 150 papers and has been awarded over $30 million in funding. Said a colleague, Mike truly puts his science into action for the greater public good. For this and all of his incredible contributions to CU Boulder, we are proud to present Michael with the Robert L. Stearns Award.
Michael, you're right, this is heavy. In the spring of 1996, I finished my undergraduate degree at Georgia Tech and fled the chaos of construction that consumed downtown Atlanta in preparation for the Olympic Games. And I came to Boulder. I wanted to be near the mountains, and I came to CU to learn from some of the best hydrologists in the world. Within a year, I met 2 very important people in my life. One was my wife, and Lisa, and the other was my PhD mentor turned collaborator now, Diane McKnight. Diane gave me an opportunity to pursue field research in Antarctica as part of an incredible team of interdisciplinary scientists. And from that group, I learned all that I could about how to be a selfless collaborator, how to become an independent scientist of my own, and how to become part of a team. When Diane first offered me the opportunity to go to Antarctica, Lisa said to me, "We have to go. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity." Tomorrow, I leave for my 16th deployment to Antarctica. Oh my God. So much for once in a lifetime, dear. I've had the great fortune to develop many strong collaborations throughout my career, including several with Professor Kamini Singha, who's here, who was a supporter of this nomination, and Professor Holly Barnard, who took the time and thoughtful consideration to lead this nomination. The successes of my students and myself would not have occurred without the fantastic collaborators and the incredible support of my family. My wife, Lisa, my son, Peter, who is a freshman at that other big institution that's just up the road in Fort Collins, and my daughter, Autumn, who's a sophomore here at CU Boulder. Thank you. I'm very humbled to receive this award as a proud alum of CU Boulder, and I've come to the conclusion that certainly higher education is a formative experience. As a professor here, I'm excited to come to work every day to try to contribute to the formative experiences of the students here at CU and the excellence in teaching, research, and service missions that the university has. And these were critical to my formative development as well. I want to thank the Institute of Arctic and Alpine Research and my department, the Civil, Environmental, and Architectural Engineering, for consistent support, especially when we disappear to Antarctica for a few months. And I also want to thank Holly, Kamini, and Diane for being fantastic mentors and collaborators. I also want to thank my family for supporting me for all these years, all the moves, all the travel, all the long hours. And finally, I want to thank the Alumni Association for this recognition. I really appreciate it, and go Buffs.
He gets a little travel in once in a while, right? But I love that story and how it all came together so quickly for Michael. And gosh, the research that comes out of this university regarding climate change, so significant and so life-changing, and we need to continue to celebrate it and bring it out every single day because time is of the essence. So we so appreciate the sacrifices you make and what you're doing for that next generation. And happy for your Rammy son, too. That's great. That's good for him. I'm sure you're loving Fort Fun, whatever it is. At least your sister's here. Okay. Sometimes a little separation's all good. Okay, our next award is the Alumni Recognition Award, which honors CU Boulder alumni who have demonstrated extraordinary leadership, commitment, dedication, and service to the advancement of the university and its mission. The Alumni Association has been presenting this award since 1935. We have 2 alumni recognition honorees this evening. Our first is a dynamic couple that has made a lasting and unprecedented impact on CU Boulder. Congratulations to Colonel Barry Bear and Sue Bear.
Colonel Barry Bear and Sue Bear have deep roots at CU Boulder. They met on campus in 1964 as university undergraduates, marrying less than 2 years later. As strong believers in the value of public education, Barry and Sue remained committed to the university that brought them together, long after leaving Boulder in 1972. During their time away from CU, Barry and Sue pursued meaningful careers in both the public and private sectors. Barry served 27 years in the United States Army, earning numerous awards. Sue, meanwhile, continued to pursue her own dreams, working as a teacher, counselor, cooking instructor, and food stylist before finding her calling as a children's author. Upon returning to Boulder in 2003, the two immediately re-engaged with the university, attending events, volunteering on boards, and contributing philanthropic support. The couple's scholarships and gifts have helped students of myriads of backgrounds pursue their dreams and passions. Their active participation on campus and generous contributions empower students to experience the power of education, one of the Bears' lifelong passions. For this and more, the University of Colorado Boulder is proud to present the Bears with the Alumni Recognition Award.
Well, thank you, Kim. Thank you, Phil. I've asked Sue to speak for both of us because I tend to break down in tears.
It's true. Wow, we are in such good company. In fact, I was just saying, what are we doing up here? Congratulations to our fellow honorees, past and present. Thank you to those who nominated us and those who selected us for this award. And thanks to those who are celebrating with us here and on the live stream. Hi. This honor came as a complete surprise because we are being thanked for doing things we love with people we have grown to love. You probably know what most of the activities are. So we thought we'd tell you about two peak experiences. Just last week, Barry lectured on his Vietnam War experiences to two history seminars. as he does every semester. He brings to life a war that is ancient history to our students. The feedback has been universally positive, and he comes away energized. For 3 summers, I was invited to guest teach and conduct in the summer choral program in the College of Music. Conducting an ensemble in front of a live audience was something I hadn't done in 50 years. After the concerts, I floated for weeks. Every time we step onto this beautiful campus, we are reminded of how lucky we are to be affiliated with CU. We love our students, studying with, teaching, learning from, mentoring, and of course, feeding students gives us renewed energy and a sense of purpose. So it is we who are thanking you for welcoming us back into the CU family. We are truly grateful.
Thank you, and thank you to our friends and family who are here tonight with us.
I did want Colonel Bear to speak because I was going to cry with you. I'm a crier. So that, whatever the little Fountain of Youth tree they found in Boulder, I want it. How amazing. I mean, incredible. Thank you. Thank you. And you have so many more years to give and change the lives of so many others. We're so grateful for all of your talents as a couple. That is a dynamic duo, is it not? Wow. Nothing better than 2 extraordinary buffs together, right? Our second honoree for this evening is another one that has dedicated so much to CU Boulder, and we're thrilled to honor Ann Scott.
Ann Miller Scott is a CU fan through and through. Scott is a dedicated contributor to the CU Boulder community, and she consistently goes above and beyond. In her many positions across campus and across the years, she promotes CU with enthusiasm and sincerity. She's also a huge sports fan. After graduating from CU Boulder with her bachelor's degree in 1971, Scott was a public school teacher before transitioning to a 35-year career in higher education, with a return to her alma mater in 1977. She started as a data entry operator, worked her way up to become the Director of Registrations, better known as Registrar. Later, as a fundraising leader at CU, Scott raised millions for departments, colleges, and schools throughout the campus. Her ability to expertly connect with donors, alumni, and fellow CU Buff supporters and their unique passions is paramount to her success. Scott retired in 2020, but not without creating a network of authentic and up-and-coming fundraisers who are stronger professionals thanks to her leadership. According to Matt Young, Assistant Vice Chancellor for CU Boulder Advancement, her positive impact on the CU family is easy to see and impossible to quantify. We are grateful to Ann for her contributions to CU Boulder. For this and more, we are proud to present her with the Alumni Recognition Award.
Got a gal in Kalamazoo. Don't wanna boast, but I know she's the toast of Kalamazoo. Zoo, 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 zoo. Years have gone by.
Hello and thank you. This has been said before, but I'm not sure why I'm in this group of awardees. But understand I'm being honored for nearly 40 years of employment at CU and being a passionate advocate for the University of Colorado. As was mentioned, I'm a huge sports fan, always have been. So of course I'm a huge Buffs fan. My career started in Regent Hall, as it said, 12 years, working my way up to director of registrations in the 80s. This involved moving huge key punch machines around campus 3 times a year. We also had to distribute thousands of computer punch cards. Oh, gosh. Some of you probably don't know what these are. And then we worked very hard at all 4 campuses to bring in telephone registration. But it crashed. The phone lines couldn't handle it. The drop-ed lines were longer than ever. Gary Shapiro was up here interviewing me. Heads had to roll. I was fired from CU, my school, my alma mater. Luckily, Charlie McCord, president of the CU Foundation, and a friend, hired me for a new career, fundraising. I also married Ron at Koenig Alumni Center. Things were looking up. The second phase of my career was College of Engineering, where I raised money for 8 years, learned how to really love fundraising, had the best colleagues and the best donors, and then it was time for a change. So then I was considering part-time opportunities, and the School of Education posted a job for a class scheduler. This is what I did in Regent Hall for 12 years. It's a lot. This would be perfect. I didn't get the job. They were really looking for an Excel spreadsheet expert, and I failed the test. So a new dean had arrived, and they were interviewing for an assistant dean of advancement. My name came up because there I was interviewing, or past interviewed. I loved Kathy Schultz, the dean. I loved Hannah Fletcher, my colleague and today's nominator. I loved the school and all the people that are involved with the school. I applied for the job and had a wonderful time at the School of Ed. It's an amazing school. Looking back, I'm most proud of my management skills and the employees that I developed who moved on to careers. Thank you to all who have supported me over the years. There's so many people here. My family, who are very important. My family that couldn't be here, parts of my family. The school, that everybody. I thank you so much. All my colleagues who made me better. A mug toast to all of you. Congratulations to all the other winners, and go Buffs. Beat ASU.
And I love her refreshing honesty, right? Most people would say, I needed a new adventure. I needed a new whatever. I need a change of environment. That's okay. You know what? You kept reinventing yourself and kept going. I actually think Coach Sanford could call you for like maybe a pregame pep talk. Because she kind of matches his enthusiasm. You know, she's got that same enthusiasm, so it could be a good deal. She's fantastic. Yeah, look at that. Love her. The final award this evening is the George Norland Award. This honor is for the highest recognition presented by the CU Boulder Alumni Association, and it pays tribute to alumni to the University of Colorado Boulder for distinguished lifetime achievement. It recognizes alumni who have demonstrated a long-lasting commitment to excellence in their chosen field of endeavor and enduring devotion to the betterment of society and their communities. This year, the awards committee honors 3 very special Norland Award recipients. The first is Casey Kastner Anderson.
Casey Kastner Anderson had all the makings of a renowned ecologist. After studying an interest in honeybee research at CU Boulder, Anderson pursued the study of insect and animal species for more than a decade. She received her doctorate in ecology and evolutionary biology, and her research on butterflies found an important correlation between declining butterfly populations and climate change. But there is much more for Anderson to accomplish, this time with humans. In 2014, Anderson founded For the Good, which seeks out and partners with remote and disadvantaged communities in Kenya to keep girls in school. As executive director of For the Good, Anderson helps open secondary schools in remote Kenyan villages, works with local political, religious, and cultural leaders who can influence parents to send children to school, and targets families who may not have easy access to schooling. Anderson has said of her humanitarian work, "My leap from studying ecology and evolutionary biology to studying problems that keep youth out of school in Kenya might seem drastic, but it actually feels like I just changed systems, as I have many times before." CU Boulder is proud to present Casey with the George Norland Award.
There are a lot of people. I accept this award with deep gratitude. I am completely humbled that I even made the radar for this honor, let alone share the accolade with the likes of people like Willie, who we'll see next. I also accept this award with an awareness that most of what has allowed me to get to this point, the support of my parents, my husband, my friends and mentors, and importantly, the privilege and power of having light skin and being an upper middle class American really has little to do with me. I work with women that have overcome immeasurable challenges just to finish secondary school. And then they have gone on to graduate college, and now they give away their tiny salaries to help others. Their accomplishments and altruism are relatively much greater than my own. But I had the luck. I had the lucky roll of the dice, and I, rather than they, stand before you. I accept this award not as an honor of what I've done, but as a challenge to be as courageous and benevolent as them. When I look back at my life and the twists and turns, there are a handful of inflection points. It is now with some perspective that I can see the importance of these experiences. 3 of them occurred while at CU, because of CU. The first were my 2 study abroad experiences. First on semester at sea, a ship that goes around the world, and later, 2 years later, to the Brazilian Amazon. And I was technically attending other schools during those experiences, but CU, probably at the detriment of their own bottom line, strongly encouraged study abroad. And it was these experiences that let me feel a connection and affection for people all over the world living in very different circumstances. Second were my classes at the Mountain Research Station. This is where I fell in love with ecology and my husband. We refer to it as summer camp for college students, and it is impossible not to fall in love with the natural world and a cute boy at the Mountain Research Station. And finally, in my senior year, I took Dr. Breed's animal behavior class and became a lab assistant studying honeybees. I so enjoyed the experience of being part of a team of people that were working on really cool ecological questions, and this is where I fell in love with research. A year later, when I applied to intern at Conservation International, I was given the position simply because of my association with Dr. Breed. And it was learning how to ask and answer ecological questions in Dr. Breed's lab and later on in grad school that prepared me to later ask questions about us humans and how we might begin to resolve questions such as why is there such disparity among us and how can we begin to address it. My time is up. Thank you for these 3 minutes.
We want more, do we not? We want more. Thank you, Casey. On behalf of the bees, the butterflies, all the women and children around the world, and everybody you impact, we say thank you. Thank you. Were it not to happen through CU, right? And that's those experiences and hearing how they all connected to where she is now and how she's changing the world, I'll never forget. Our final George Norland honoree this evening is Dr. Willie Hill, Jr.
As a jazz saxophone virtuoso, Willie L. Hill Jr. has shared the stage with legendary musicians like Dizzy Gillespie and Sammy Davis Jr. While his musical skills are known to audiences across the globe, it's his time off the stage that remains impactful to generations of students. In addition to serving as a renowned educator for Denver Public Schools and later at CU Boulder College of Music, Hill has devoted an exceptional amount of time and energy to serving as an advocate for access to music and the arts. Most recently, Hill retired from his position as director of the Fine Arts Center at the University of Massachusetts in 2019. In his role, he made a profound impact on communities by developing outreach initiatives to provide children with access and also supported participation in music, dance, theater, and the arts. Through his engaging personality, drive, energy, and optimism, Hill has made a significant impact in building community and breaking down cultural and societal barriers to promote arts and culture. For his incredible contributions to society and CU Boulder, the university is proud to present Willie with the George Norland Award.
Wow, what an evening, huh? Come on, let's give it up for this incredible institution. Fantastic. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am overwhelmed with gratitude to have been selected to receive the 2022 George Norland Award. Thank you all so much for being here to share this occasion. I'm extremely honored to have my work recognized in this way by the CU Boulder Alumni Association. Receiving this award would not have been possible without the support, inspiration I have received over many years from my students, staff, colleagues, friends, and family members for whom I have deepest respect and from whom I have derived the strength to challenge myself and perform better at each stage of my career. But a special thanks to my wife, Beverly, for letting me stand on her shoulders for over 54 years in our marriage. And also to our son, Byron Hill, who lives in Shanghai, China, but is watching now. Thank you, Byron, for being the phenomenal musician that you are and the support that you've given me throughout these years also. And also to Dr. Dan Shear for nominating me to receive such a prestigious award. The way I see it, it took truly a village to help me reach a stage in my blessed life where I can stand here tonight and proudly receive this award as a mark of my achievement. It was in Boulder on this beautiful campus where I discovered the environment to be very nourishing. The classes were exciting and educationally sound. The mentoring opportunities from individuals who are no longer with us For an example, Professor Bill Reeves and my doctoral advisor, Dr. Gretchen Beal, were outstanding contributors to my lifelong lessons. Yes, I love the experiences I had at this institution during my tenure as not only a student, but a professor and administrator. I'll leave you with a quote from Dr. Shear, who wrote about my work and accomplishments reflecting the value of a CU Boulder education. And I quote, "An education at CU Boulder stands for excellence, service, integrity, and appreciation for making an impact on society through service, accomplishments, and leadership." I've always strived to embody all those traits. So if I have contributed in such a manner as recognized by the Norland Award and Dr. Shear's statement, then I am humbled and am delighted to thank each of you who have participated in my successful journey as a musician, arts administrator, and music educator. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Hill. And your wife got it all. I think she got it all. I was watching from around here. You know, he stands on your shoulders, and then you have to capture the whole thing on cell phone video. Okay, that's... Just look at our honorees tonight and the number of lives they've impacted. I think most of us would love to go through life and make a difference in one person's life. Literally hundreds of thousands of lives have been changed by the individuals in this room. So we just have tremendous gratitude for you. We are so proud to be with you and to consider ourselves buffs with you as well. So we're so glad you could be here tonight. But Ryan has a little bit more, so I'm going to turn the program back over to him.
I want to thank Kim Christensen again. Will you join me in giving her a round of applause? You make us proud every night when we see you on TV, so go Buffs. All right, I'd also like to thank our Chancellor, Dr. Phil DeStefano, for his support of this incredible evening. And this is where I want you all to get real loud. I want to congratulate one more time all of those incredible award winners. So I love that energy. We do have a football game on Saturday, and we could use a few of you out on the field. So we'll get you out there here soon. Before I close, I do want to ask for your help. And here's what I want to ask. You've heard a sampling of some of these incredible stories. These alumni, faculty, staff who have done incredible things to truly impact and change the world. The talent, the compassion, every single time I do this ceremony, I'm humbled by the people that are in this incredible Forever Buffs community. We want to hear more stories. You know people. You know people that are changing the world. You know people that are making a difference. And you know people that had their foundation here at the University of Colorado Boulder. So what we'd like to know is, who are they? Tell us the stories. We want to recognize more. So if you know somebody, let us know. We're going to be looking for nominations again for next year. The nomination pool is deep. But you know what? You can never invite too many people to the table. So we want you to please send those to us to help recognize more of our community by sharing their stories. So before we begin our awardee meet and greet, where you have a chance to actually meet some of these incredible people, many of you know that CU Boulder was one of the very first public institutions in the United States to completely change the alumni model. Over 14 years ago, really smart people, and I wasn't one of them, had a vision. They said they wanted to open the door to everybody, not make it a member organization, not charge people dues to be a part of it, but instead say, everybody can come. Everybody can be a part of it. Whether you went here for 1 year or you graduated from here, you had a CU experience. And that's when we created the Forever Buffs Initiative. Forever Buffs Initiative welcomes everybody in as a buff, and you're a member, quote unquote, for life. So I hope you all will take advantage of that and be a part of this incredible institution. Whether you're an alum or not, this is a welcoming place. We need everybody. We want everybody, and we want everybody to sing the praises of this incredible institution. So what I'll leave you with, if you're a buff or you're a fan or you had a great time tonight, wear that buff pride on your shirt, on your hat, inside your coat, whatever it is that will make you feel that love of the university, that black and gold or silver and gold, if you are talking the real true colors. And know that your alumni association is dedicated to helping the Forever Buffs family connect with the university, contribute to its greatness, and celebrate its many accomplishments. Thank you again for coming tonight, celebrating these incredible award winners and our amazing alumni and CU community. Homecoming, it is homecoming. We got a lot more going on, so if you're interested in hearing a little bit more about the events coming up, don't hesitate to grab any one of the staff. And speaking of which, this is a big lift, as you can imagine. Will you join me in thanking all the staff that pulled this together? I feel very fortunate to work with such an incredible team of professionals. And in particular, I want to call out Brennan Jones, who led the effort here. So in the spirit of homecoming, I send you off into the world with a little bit more buff love, a little more buff pride. And you know what? This world-class institution is only getting better, and we want you to be a part of it. Go Buffs.
Go Buffs.